Okay, so we had just really got to the end of the main Luo um, aorist tense. Um, and it would be nice if everything was as simple as just adding the sigma and those endings, but unfortunately, it's not quite as simple as that because the moment you stick sigma in the stem, you then create a problem for some words. So some words that end in certain consonants are going to create a pronunciation problem, and that's the bit that needs to be sort of changed slightly for just the way it's spoken. Um, so there is a little table down here which you're going to have to get used to either learn or refer to. Okay, so you'll find it if you're using Duff's book, then you'll see that at the top of one of the pages. Let me just find a page. Um, that probably at the top of page 74. And it just helps you understand what kind of differences is going to make in terms of the actual written word because of the pronunciation. So when you take blepo, if you take the stem, which is um, which has a pi at the end of it, and when you put the sigma next to that, then that creates a bit of a problem. So what actually happens is the two letters combine to make a different letter because it's a different sound. Okay, and it might not come as a surprise that the pi and the sigma turn into psi. Okay, um, so any verb that ends in these consonants will, normally speaking, be replaced by the little the letter at the bottom here. So if you have a verb ending in pi, beta, um, or phi, then put the sigma in because you're doing it in the aorist tense, and you're going to turn it into psi. Okay. So what does that mean in terms of our verb blepo? So the prefix will still be the same. So we're still going to have the epsilon. The stem is now not. This is it. I don't know what's happened this evening, but it's not going to work. I'll reset and okay. So here we have rather than ble but we change the pi and the sigma, as I say, into psi, and then we create our word like that. So uh, blepo goes into a blepsa, and then all of the other endings do exactly the same thing. So you saw would be a, a blepsas, and he saw would be a blepson. So you kind of have to work out, in one sense, whether you're just going to learn all the different verbs, and you will kind of familiarity will end up you're seeing how they come, and you'll learn the endings or the changes that take place. But there are rules that go with it. So if you take a look at grapho, so that's the verb which means to write. So if I wanted to write down I wrote, then I have the same prefix which you would have. Then I've got my stem, which is here, which is graph. But because of the phi here, the phi and the sigma, which again is one of these ones, is going to turn my stem into graphs. And then you've got the alpha ending. So you end up with a grapsa. And then the same with all of the endings then follow exactly the same thing. I'll just write those ones down so we've got them. Okay, so just two examples there of two verbs and how they change, and with this ending, particularly when we have a stem with the sigma in. So just to kind of indicate how it sort of works, is that sounds that are made with the lips, so the labials, are the p, b, and f. They all kind of pronounce with the lips. They, when they're combined with a sigma, give you the psi. The dentals are the sounds that you make with your teeth, t, and d, or for the delta, and th and s. Okay, so those ones, that sort of idea of using your teeth or your tongue on your teeth to make those sounds. When a verb ends with those and you combine it with a sigma to turn it into the aorist tense, then the letter just drops out. So the tau and the delta and the theta and the zeta, sorry, they just drop out. So you actually end up with just a sigma. And then you've got the gutturals. So they're the sounds that you make from the back of your throat, really. So the k and the g and the ch and then you've got the double sigma. They will combine with a sigma to make C. So it's a little table, it's a kind of set of rules. Most verbs will then behave properly, but just to let you know that there is one that doesn't. Kratzo, which means to cry out, but does behaves differently. You would expect it to have a sigma because of the zeta here, because it should be a dental. But it doesn't behave like that. It behaves as if it was the double sigma. And so actually it doesn't have a sigma there. It ends up with C, which means that your aorist tense for kratzo is a kratza. And that's a special case. Most of them will follow the little rules that are there above. So let's just very quickly do a bit of a translation, and I'm going to get you just to see if you can just do some basic translation of verbs and turning them into the endings that they need. So I think that will be quite good. So ho Petros graphen to biblion. So Petros is Peter. And then we note that we have this graphen. So it's got its changed ending. It's in the aorist. So the sigma and the phi have combined to give you the psi. So we are in the past tense, in the aorist tense. So Peter wrote, and then to biblion is the book. So Peter wrote the book. Read everything. Second one down, we've just got Jesus, which is Jesus. And then Edidax N. So Didasco just combines with a whole load of things into just the C. So we just need to learn them because you've got the kappa and the sigma in there. So that's our aorist tense. So Jesus taught. And then in the boat, which is entuproio. And then just one more. A baptizo. So we'll have a look at that one in just a moment. You can just see. So baptizo is it actually has in its ordinary form has a zeta. We will have a look at that in just a moment. So a baptizamen. So this is in the third person plural. Sorry, first person plural. So we were baptized. oh no, sorry, we baptized because we want aorist. We baptized in the sea. And then we've got ente thalassa, so in the sea. We baptized in the sea. So here we were doing the baptizing. So we baptized in the sea, but just in the aorist tense, in that undefined way. Okay, so there's quite a bit to get your head around, I think, really, in terms of just working out how to make the endings right. And you just kind of through practice learn these. And I thought it may be quite a good idea just to start by turning these verbs into their aorist first person. Okay, so this is the first person verb that you've got. So this is just about checking with that little table to see if you can work out what ought to happen to the endings here. Some of them we've done. So if I maybe bring this through, I need to copy this through. See if we can paste it in the right place. Look at that. See, right. Okay, right. So I'm going to stop the recording.